Prepare to witness the magic of long-awaited reunions as loved ones come together after a long time apart. Am reunited with her granddad in New Zealand after not seeing her for 6 years, and it's the sweetest. For her 21st birthday, this girl was surprised by her long-distance friend of 7 years, and it was so wholesome. It was simply beautiful, as Daniela was reunited with her mom after 5 long years apart. Megan was back home after 4 years in Australia, and it was the best homecoming ever. Joycey surprised her family after 4 years when she was finally back in the Philippines. It was the best day of Daynell's life as she was reunited with her father after 32 years apart. It was the best surprise ever, as Tuan surprised her 90-year-old grandma from the US, and she had no idea at all he was visiting her. After 5 years, Anita had her reunion with her sister, and it's so amazing. At St. Martin's Care Home, a husband and wife had their reunion after 1 year apart.
Hello, sweetheart. It's really good come to see you for all this time. Yeah, so good to see you. I love you very much. Oh, not very good. I'll get better. You will get better. I'm gonna get.
After 6 years, Becky was able to reunite with her brother, and it couldn't be sweeter. This guy surprised his mom after almost 2 years because he was stationed in Hawaii. Two best friends since birth were reunited after 2 years apart, and it is safe to say that's what you call true friendship. Britt showed up at her brother's door after having spent the last 4 years away in Australia. Vishy decided to surprise his best friend after 5 years, and it was another level of happiness. This guy was home in Tunisia after spending the past 7 years in the US, and it's so adorable. Scarlett was reunited with her family after 22 years when she was finally able to return to her home country, and her heart was full again. There were a lot of emotions flowing as this girl reunited with her family for the first time in 5 years.
Abrázalo, it's okay.
After a year of traveling, a girl was able to surprise her grandparents, and it was the cutest surprise ever. Mama Maji got the biggest surprise when her son was waiting for her outside after almost 2 years of missing him. Layla surprised her family after they got separated as refugees 7 years ago, and it's so wholesome. It was no better feeling as Jackie was reunited with her best friend after years apart. After 3.5 years apart, Sandy was home to her mom. A mom and her daughter had their reunion after 4 years, and it was beautiful. After 5 long years in Australia, this guy was home to his mom, and it was lovely. After 3.5 years apart, Sandy was home to her mom. Michelle hadn't seen her mom in 5 years, and this was the moment she surprised her. It was the best hug was Maddie surprised her mom after 4 years of living abroad. This girl was home after 5 years and surprised her family for Christmas. Niamh surprised the parents and grandparents in Ireland after 2 years in California, and it's so wholesome. After 4 years away, Tainara was back home and decided to surprise her family in this amazing moment. After just about 6 years, Dad was home to surprise his princess, and it was so wholesome. Ellie got the best reaction from her family when she was finally home for Christmas after 4 years away. Dad was speechless, and Mom was shaking when their daughter made a surprise visit back home after 3 years of living abroad. This guy was home and surprised his grandmother after being in Australia for 3 years, and it was beautiful.
Bloody Montana, is that you? Not my little Montana anymore, right? Montana!
Keely surprised her family and friends after 5 years, and it was so wholesome. Mila welcomed home her stepdad from Cuba, together with her mom, after waiting for 7 years.
Mom. Oh.
A woman was surprised by her friend who was back in Minnesota after a year of her moving to Arizona. Megan surprised her grandpa with a visit after 6 years, and he also met his 2 youngest grandkids, and he was so shocked. After 3 years, Vanessa reunited with her sisters and mother when she came from Canada to Peru, and it was a very beautiful moment as she got to hug them. A mom was shocked when her daughter finally came home after 5 years. Lauren came home after living in Australia for 4 years and surprised her family for Christmas, and it was a lovely reunion. I think Emily surprised her family when she was home after 3 years.
Oh my goodness, Steve! Happy Christmas! Hello! Surprise! Hi, darling!
After a year in the UK, a mom was home to her kids, and it was a day filled with joy. After meeting on Facebook and playing online darts for almost 4 years, James was surprised by his online friend who decided to fly to Scotland from Trinidad and Tobago to surprise him. A dad was reunited with his parents after 30 years when he was finally back in Mexico. It was such a memorable moment when a mom was reunited with her grandpa after 23 long years of being apart. This guy tried his hardest not to cry when he hugged his mom again after 15 years.
Oh my God!
A dad had his reunion with his father after over 20 years of not seeing him. Tainan surprised her sister in South Africa after not seeing her for over 2 years, and it was so cute and wholesome. After 7 long, arduous years apart, Erica was finally able to reunite with her 2 children, whom she hadn't seen since they were 4 and 8. It was a Christmas miracle as Livy surprised her homies in New Zealand after 18 months apart. After years of living abroad and apart from her dad, Liz finally got to see him again, and it was so sweet. "16 hours of cars, airports, and airplanes were all worth it when a dad got to hew as his daughter after 7 years apart." Two best friends hadn't seen each other for 3 years. We're finally together again, and it's so lovely. This lady reunited with her sister at the airport after 17 long years apart, and it couldn't be sweeter. Elizabeth was finally reunited with her sister after over a year apart, and it was beautiful. After 23 years, this lady was home to reunite with her siblings in Mexico, and it was an amazing moment. After 2 long years of lockdowns and living on the other side of the world, Brittany was home to surprise her mom and brother. Two long-distance best friends were finally back together after almost 2 years. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this one as well.